You know we had to talk about it. Recapping the drama and reviewing the chaos, one episode at a time. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another reality recap and reviews video with Pam Unfiltered. This is episode 27 of Love Island USA season 8. Y'all, we are almost there. I cannot believe I've done 20. Well, how many After Suns has it been? Like 3, maybe 4. So technically 23 videos. I cannot believe that I'm really following up with this, or not even following up, following through, because baby, recapping, reviewing Love Island is a lot. This show comes on, and I'm gonna take away the After Sun. This show comes on 5 times a week, and I work a 9 to 5. I'm trying to get my business going again, and I got other stuff going. So I give myself a nice clap, because baby, this is hard. You hear what I'm saying? Hard. Y'all forgive me on the background. It's really black because my light that usually reflects pink is broken. It fell the other day. It worked after that, but I guess after, giving a little settle, it settled a little bit. Now it's just like, oh, I don't want to work anymore. So now I got to get a new one. Another thing I need to buy, right? Anyway, let's get into the episode. So obviously the episode picks up after the conversation with Melanie and Sincere. There's a couple of people in the kitchen, making a nasty ass grilled cheese sandwiches or whatever else they eating. You got Melanie, Trinity, and Aniya on a balcony or the terrace upstairs at the beach. I don't get why they call it the beach. It's literally sand and chairs sitting on top of this little strip of sand. It's ridiculous. But anyway, the girls are asking Aniya how was her conversation with Casey. She was like, it went really, really well. Pretty much they settled everything. Casey took ownership and he apologized. And I'm just saying to myself, but you didn't apologize for the things that you did to him. And if you were mature and you truly cared about him more than being right, you would have apologized to him, but you didn't, because you're petty. And that's all I have to say about that situation. I'm really glad that it's no longer, because I could not take it anymore. Literally, it was like, to me, it was worse than the whole Melanie and Sincere thing. It was like really, really draining. It was frustrating, draining, especially with social media and people just like not really seeing Casey's side, especially when he was open, honest with her. It was really rough. Anyway, so then they asked her about her and Carl, like, how you guys doing? And she was like, oh yeah, we're doing really well. We have really good sexual chemistry. Aniya does not say we have really good connection. We talk so much. I love having like the smallest conversations with him. I love cuddling him. No, they have really good sexual chemistry. That doesn't sound good. I'm sorry. It just does not. I really hope that they can go somewhere. When I mean go somewhere, like their relationship like expands into an actual relationship after the villa. But I don't know, y'all. I really don't. After she made that statement, I don't know. But she does say after the conversation with Casey, everybody deserves love. She deserves happiness and love, and so does Casey. You got Trinity's ass talking about despite like pretty much how she feels about him, he does deserve love and happiness. Trinity, I need you to grow up. The smoke that you have for Casey is really, really stupid. Even if he actually said that you guys don't deserve to be in the top 4, is it really that serious to hold that grudge? It's an opinion. Why do you give a shit about his opinion? Or anybody else's opinion outside of maybe your mom or a family member or even Bryce? Why do you give a shit? You just holding on to this grudge for no reason. I need you to grow up. She used to be one of my tops, baby. She is so far down on the list. It's not even funny. She just she has been irking my nerve for the past week. Oh my goodness. So then they jump into Melanie and ask Melanie how was her conversation with Sincere. She was like, it went okay, but honestly, she doesn't believe anything that he says. She's never going to believe really anything he says until he shows her action. That's what she needs from him. And I'm like, ooh, let's see what he can do for a week and a half. You guys don't have weeks anymore. You literally have maybe a week and a half for him to prove it. So then Trinity goes, so are you going to sleep with him tonight? And she's like, I don't know about that. She was like, what do you like? Why are you team sincere? And she's like, listen, she said, you're going to do whatever you want to do. She said, but I really think you should just like give it a shot and, and sleep in the same bed with him. You could put a pillow between one another. Trinity and Aniya. When I said in my previous episode, they are not her friends. They are not her true friends. I don't know what makes them think that it's okay to continue to push Sincere on Melanie. It's not like Sincere has been a good guy throughout the whole entire series, and then when he got to Casa, he fucked up. You get what I'm saying? If that was the case, then I'd be like, maybe, Sincere's a good guy, he slipped. This man has been playing her since like week 2. And continue to lie to her, lie to you guys, lie to the guys, lie to everybody. The way he has sucked Melanie's energy from her. And you want her to go back to him? Y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all are young and dumb. Because there's absolutely no way. She's been depressed and you want to go back to the guy that's making her depressed. Wow. So anyway, we get a conversation with Corbin, Casey, and Sincere. And Sincere and Corbin are looking at Casey. They like, yo, you look happy. You look like a weight has been lifted off your shoulder. He said, yes, absolutely. I'm so much happier. I had a conversation with Aniya. We did everything. Everything is good. I wish her well, blah, blah, blah. Sincere goes into what he needs to improve to, keep Melanie and to make their relationship better. I forgot what Corbin said. Hold on. I don't think Corbin really said much. Honestly, I think Corbin's a little annoyed with Sincere, but he's not really saying it. But that's just really the gist of their conversation, right? So now we get Corbin, Bryce, and Trinity. Actually, there's a bunch of people around the table when they first come downstairs at night, and they all cheer. So I don't know what table that is, but there's a bunch of people around it. You got like, I think Kenzie, was that Parmita? Kenzie, Parmita, Corbin, and then Jessica Alba, and then on the other side you had Bryce and Trinity, and then Caleb comes up to them because he wants some assistance on what he should do with Jessica Alba, because he's saying like, yo, I don't know what's going on with this connection. He's like, I feel like I'm putting everything out and she ain't doing shit. Now, while he's saying all of this, she's literally like 2 feet away from him. Like, this is, I'm Jessica Alba, and he's like right there. And he's telling this all to them. And she's looking at Parmita and them. She's like, yo, like, he's talking about me, and I'm 2 feet away. And Parmita was like, if that was Corbin, he wouldn't be talking about me. She's like, I will come up to him and we're going to have a conversation. So that's when Jessica Alba gets up and she's like, you don't have to talk to them. You can talk to me. And he's like, what? She's like, come on, let's go. We can have this conversation. Like, you don't have to talk to them about me if I'm standing right here. So they go into say less and they start going off on each other. She's like, why are you talking about me to other people and not bringing it to me? And he's like, because I wanted to ask advice on how I should bring this up to you. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, our connection. He's like, I feel like I'm putting everything into it. I'm asking for pictures. I'm asking for cuddles. I'm asking for all of this. And you're not putting any effort in. And she's like, the problem is that you keep asking me about a connection instead of being in it. She said, I want to be in it. I want to get to know you. How can I answer questions about a connection when we're not really in the connection? I don't know nothing about you. She said, I want to know the small things. I want to know about your family. And I'm like, you know what? I agree with her. How you going to ask about a connection and y'all don't even talk? There is no connection. See, Caleb, you want cuddles and kisses and intimacy. And I'm sorry, as a woman, A lot of women, you need to connect here before you can go get that. But see, he's only 21, 22, so he don't know nothing about that. And I'm glad that Jessica Alba explained this stuff to him, because I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. If I can't have these type of conversations with my mate, he's done. Like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested to talk to you. I'm not interested in you sexually. Like, bye. You can go over there. Like, goodbye. You're a stranger to me. So Caleb is sitting there and he's looking at her, trying to understand what she's saying, and then pretty much their conversation ends. So now we get Melanie in the kitchen and she's talking to Corbin. She's like, Corbin, let me ask you something. He's like, yeah. She's like, what do you think? Should I sleep in the same bed with Sincere? And he was like, listen, this I cannot give you that answer. This has nothing to do with me. This is not my business. This is solely up to you. And I found it very weird that she would ask Corbin. Maybe she asked Corbin because she knew Corbin was going to give her his full honesty. He wasn't going to gaslight her. He wasn't going to lie to her like Trinity and Aniya and Kayda. You know what I mean? She was like, probably he was going to be the one to tell her the truth. And he did. It has nothing to do with him. It's up to you if you want to continue to be a fool or stand your ground. And obviously when she goes to bed, she sleeps in the same bed as him. I believe she puts a pillow between them, but she still stayed in the same bed with him, which gives him hope. And me personally, I would not sleep with him. So Caleb, before they go to sleep, Caleb is in the dorm room and he's running down what happened with him and Jessica Alba. He's like, she's talking about, oh, we need to be in a connection right now. I need to know the small things. I need to know about your family. And this is where I was like, he did not understand not a fucking thing she said and say less. He's like, how am I going to tell you about my family? I don't trust you. Like, how do I know this is a good connection? I'm like, oh my God, Caleb, I know you're 21, 22 years old. Wait, yes, he'd be 22, right? Because I remember the conversation with him and Kenzie when she's like, oh my God, you're so young. Whatever. So he's like 22 years old. Caleb, when you are getting, and I'm talking about outside of the villa, when you're getting to know somebody, you're dating them, you're having phone conversations with them, like these are the things you're doing. Continue that on in the villa. Yeah? Yeah? Let's not go straight to like you putting your dick on my ass for cuddles and you're kissing all over me. No, slow your roll, because if it was in the real world, you wouldn't get none of that for a while. So after that, hold on, y'all. So after that, we do get the girls in the makeup room. I think it's Melanie, Aniya, Trinity, TT. I'm trying to remember who else is in the makeup room. And Aniya is saying to Trinity, like, I'm team Sincere. I think you should give him a chance. And she's like, what, bitch? Like, what about me and my feelings? And she was like, listen, if you want to sleep, she's like, listen, if you don't want to sleep with him, then I'm team Melanie. I'm all for it. But she's like, oh, I'm also team Sincere. Aniya, I'm sorry, y'all. Aniya is a bona fide loser. She's a bona fide loser. If Melanie is your best friend, that is where your allegiance goes. Not to fucking Sincere. I don't care how many fucking conversations that you have with Sincere or that you like Sincere. I don't care if you think he's a good guy. That he did to Melanie should be enough to be team Melanie and Melanie only, and to make sure that she is good. Aniya is truly not a friend. I already told y'all about one movie night when she was sitting there breaking down internally and she over there in her fucking ear with her little ad-libs, with her little reactions. She don't need to hear that too, because even at one point Melanie had to turn around and tell her no, like, stop, no, because she was like, oh, like, I want to let him hear him out. She's like, turned around and said no, like, stop. Aniya is not a good friend. I don't give a shit. So the next day we get, since everybody's making breakfast, everybody's getting ready, in the makeup room at the end is Melanie, Aniya, Kayda. I think that's all that's in the makeup room. Everybody has gotten breakfast except for Melanie. Melanie's like, I'm gonna go downstairs and make my own breakfast. And Aniya was like, oh wait, he's probably making you breakfast, like, relax. And she was like, yo, like, what is with you? Like, why are you not team Melanie? She's like, bitch, I'm team Sincere. I think you should give him a chance. And I'm like, oh, This girl's sad. This girl's really, really sad. I'm so happy Casey's not with her. I'm sorry. Aniya, Trinity, and Kayda are birds. Even though in this scene, Kayda says, why aren't you not team Melanie's feelings? And I agree with Kayda on that. Look at your friend, dummy. Look what your friend was sitting on the floor 2 days ago crying about this man because he's been making her feel like a fool. But you worried about team fucking Sincere? Yo, I'm done with this girl. She's fucking stupid. So then they're still getting ready, and here comes Sincere. So what Sincere was doing was he was planning out a breakfast date in Say Less. And I'm saying to myself, oh, Sincere, you are so many weeks behind. First of all, this whole season is weird. I just saw a video earlier, and it was talking about like season 6, season 7 in this season, and how many bombshells came in, how many people were eliminated, what the dates were, the hideaway, all these things. Literally, eight people were eliminated this season. 1 hideaway, 1 date. And now mind you guys, most of these people stay true to their original couple and they refuse to explore. What is with these men that have not done any dates for the girls? The only dates that we seen was the one with Dylan and Kenzie. Obviously this one with Sincere and Melanie, the one with Corey and Melanie, and I think that's it. Y'all let me know if I'm missing one, but I think those are only dates. So he takes her into Say Less. She is so happy that she has like her date. It was rose petals everywhere going towards Say Less. And you know, they have a conversation about their childhood. She's from Philly, he's from Jersey, extremely close, because Philly to New York is only an hour and like 45 minutes. Jersey is right here. Technically for me, Jersey is only 15 minutes away, no traffic. And that's northern Jersey. I don't know where in Jersey Sincere is from. I'm assuming he's more on the south part where he's much closer to Philly, because he talks about icy place. I'm trying to think what kind of icy place. It's not shaved ice. It's probably just a regular icy place, and it's called Rita's. And he was talking about how when he was a kid, he loved going to Rita's. He said they always had this one flavor that he loved. It was like Sour Patch. She talks about Rita's, but then she also goes into like going to the DR when she was a kid and reminiscing about that. So that was a good, cute moment. Even though she had this cute moment with him, and she really appreciates this date, she says she wants to see more. And I don't know how many more she's going to get in the villa. Again, they only have like a little over a week left. So now we get Caleb and Jessica Alba. They are finishing their conversation from last night. They both apologize to one another. She says, you know, I didn't mean to scream and yell. She said, but I'm just like really, really frustrated because like I do want to pursue you, but I just need a lot more as far as like conversation goes, you know, and that's pretty much it. So now we have a conversation with Kenzie, Jen, and Kayda. I'm going to wrap this conversation up because I really don't care. Kayda is telling them about Melanie's date with Sincere. She's like, did you say Melanie's date with Sincere? It was like rose petals to Say Less. She's like, I haven't had a date. And I'm like, because Zach really don't like you. That's why. He don't like you. He's not putting any effort into you. Y'all already know how I feel about them. You already know how I feel about Zach. Zach is playing her to a T, and I don't know what it is because she is gorgeous and her personality is not bad. I know she's gotten good men. Maybe it's the men that she's picking, because Zach is not giving her nothing. Nothing. He didn't even want to go on a hideaway with her, really. You saw remember his face? Come on. Like, anyway, so Jen is really pissed. She's still pissed about Gall and how they broke up. Earlier, he had made her pancakes, and she was complaining about the pancakes upstairs. She was like, who the fuck makes pancakes and don't put no maple syrup on here? She's like, he's the worst. The only thing he's good at is making fucking coffee. Jen is tight. She is tight. I think she regrets not picking Ronnie and picking his food, because she is talking so much shit about him. She was even talking shit about him in the dressing room. That it was so damn funny. Anyway, so there's like, will you ever talk? The girl's like, will you ever talk to Gall? She's like, yeah, I guess. But she's like, I just really like, she's like, And like for the last couple of years, nothing has been going good for me. She's like, I really hate men. She said, when is it gonna be my turn? I'm like, Jen, it'll be your turn. Just wait out a little bit. Don't rush it. You're young. Just keep doing you, and that man will come. Don't seek out and don't be desperate looking for people who are just not up to par for you. Just do what you got to do. Take care of yourself, your career, whatever, your family. And then that guy will come along. Just be patient. So now we get a conversation with Gal and Dylan, and they're talking about Jen. And he's like, oh, yeah, she's still definitely mad at me about us no longer together. And Dylan's like, oh, my gosh, she has so much negative energy. Like, it's just too much negative energy. And I'm like, whatever. What? Listen, Dylan, shut the fuck up, because you need to worry about Kenzie. Y'all, I think Kenzie and Dylan are one of the fakest couples ever on this season. Dylan does not really like Kenzie. And I called it from the beginning. I don't know if I mentioned it in any of the videos. I think I did. That I feel like he's mad fake. And in this episode, he definitely proved it when he bought her breakfast. But before he went to breakfast, to give her the breakfast, he went up to the photo booth to take a picture. And the crying really, really, really solidified it for me. Why are you crying after only like a little over a week getting to know somebody? Kenzie is not that interesting. I'm sorry. She's just not. Anyway, so Gal goes into getting to know Amor. He's like, oh, I think Amor is really beautiful. He's like, what do you think about Amor? And he was like, I think she's beautiful, but I really think like Amora is a slow burn. I'm like, she ain't no goddamn slow burn. She is definitely not slow burn. She just, if she's not doing that with you, she's not attracted to you, and you're just a body to keep her in the villa. But if you want to pursue her, go pursue her. So now we have a conversation with Kayda, Aniya, and Jessica. The girls want to catch up with Jessica Alba on her conversation with Caleb. She runs that down to them and her frustrations, whatever. Really don't care about that conversation. Somebody gets a text. I don't remember who's the person to get text, but there will be a recoupling tonight, and everybody's scared. Everybody's shocked. The scene after that, there's a couple of people who have conversations. I believe Gal and Amora have a conversation. I really didn't pay attention to it because I really didn't care. I want to see who's going to get eliminated, and let's get into that. So now it's time for elimination. Everybody's sitting up. When I tell you Ariana's outfit was tea, and it had the curls with the blonde highlights, and I was like, yes, this is what the outfit we looking for. Because some of the outfits, I was like, like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Her intro outfit, I wasn't a big fan of that piece that, like, went to her boobs like that. I just was not feeling it at all. So she's like, okay, guys, it's time for a recoupling. Whoever is left at the end is going to be single and vulnerable. So now I'm going to tell you guys who's the couples. So obviously we got Bryce and Trinity because they're in a relationship. We got Zach and Kayda, whatever. Casey and TT or Tierra. Kenzie and Dylan. We got Corbin and Parmita. We got Caleb and Jessica Alba. I call her Jessica Alba, but I know her name is Jaiden. And then we get Sincere and Melanie. When Sincere was talking or saying his speech to Melanie, did you see her face? She was like, it was just sad. There was no, or it was just like, what bullshit he gonna say now? Oh, you picked me? And she walked away. And then the last couple, it was between, Gal had to choose between Amora and Jen. He chose Amora. And then Jen is left by herself. Ariana says to Jen, she says, Jen, nobody chose you for a couple. You are now single, vulnerable, and now you have to leave the island. And everybody's like, oh, Jen. She's like, oh, she's sad, everything like that. And then Ariana cuts everything off and says, oh, but I forgot to tell you guys, this isn't the only elimination that's going to happen. There's going to be 4 more people eliminated. Y'all can say y'all goodbyes, but I'll be back. Everybody says goodbye to Jen. They come back. Ariana lets them know. I'm trying to remember, did she let them know then? Did she let them know then? I think she let them know then that, before she left, that they have to choose the weakest couple out of all of them. They have to stand up and tell that couple why they think that they're the weakest couple out of everybody. So after Jen leaves, Jen was happy that she's not the only one that's leaving. I like Jen. I like Jen a lot. Before I didn't, which I don't know why I didn't like her, but I really like Jen. Anyway, so they're all in a circle. They all have hearts. They have 2 hearts, or I should say 4 hearts. And again, they have to discuss between one another who's going to be eliminated, or who they think is the weakest couple. So let me break that down. So everybody's having like their own little discussions. The main names that came up were Gal and Amora, which was obvious because they're a new couple. They literally been a couple for what? 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So their name came up a lot. Kenzie and Dylan's name came up a lot. Obviously, Sincere and Melanie came up. Hello, everybody's seeing his package. They see how Melanie has been looking around, moping around the whole villa. There's obviously that's a toxic relationship. So they're brought up. Trinity and Bryce are having a conversation. And Trinity brings up Casey and TT. I need Trinity to get over it. You're either going to have the discussion with him or let it go. She's like, if he could, and Kayda says the same thing. If he could do that to Aniyah, what is he going to do to TT? Or, he explored. He did too much exploring. Y'all need to stop. Y'all really do. Because y'all are talking about Kenzie and Dylan and giving her grace. And this woman literally had explored, I'm going to say 5.5. Because Zach, she really didn't explore. But she had 6 opportunities to find a connection. And y'all giving this bitch grace? And I'm going to call her bitch. I don't care. You giving her grace because what's the name feels like him and Aniyah were not a connection. And he went to Casa to find one. He actually find one. You want to eliminate him and you want to put that on him. Like he was out here doing all this dirt like Sincere. But then you don't bring up Sincere and Melanie's name as being toxic and maybe freeing Melanie. Girl, get on out of here. So then we also get Gal and Amora, Corbin and Parmita, and they're having a conversation about Melanie and Sincere. They think that, again, that relationship is toxic, that they shouldn't be together. Parmita goes in, she talks to Corbin. She's like, I want to vote for Melanie and Sincere. She said, we obviously know that they are not compatible. And Corbin is like shocked. He's like, really? What? She's like, yeah. She said, I think she deserves better. I don't think she should be with Sincere at all. So then after that, who else? We have a few of the couples talking about Kenzie and Dylan, talking about, maybe Dylan likes her, but they're unsure about Kenzie because she's had so many opportunities and hasn't really fully found someone. And it's true, because on any other season, if she was on any other season, she would have been gone. She would have been out the door like Charlie. First couple of weeks, she would have been gone. So at the end, right, we get Gal and Amora. They have 7 votes, 7 couple votes. Kenzie and Dylan have 3. Caleb and Jessica Alba have 3. And Melanie and Sincere has 2. Who is it? I think it's Kayda and Zach are the last people to vote. They vote for, obviously, Gal and Amora because that's the obvious answer to choose. The couple to choose. They're new. They're not, what's the word? They're not getting blood on their hands. That is a Big Brother reference, by the way. But they're not getting any blood on their hands. So they choose them. And then Ariana says, listen, they have 3. They have 3. If you choose Melanie and Sincere, it will be a 3-way tie. And I guess they will have to figure out who's going to go home. But Zach and Kayda chooses Caleb and Jessica Alba. So Gal and Amor and Jessica Alba and Caleb, they go home. Everybody says their goodbyes. And then the episode ends. What are you guys' thoughts on this episode? Y'all let me know down below. Oh, before I forget, right after the episode end, we had to vote who is the most compatible, and I put TT and TT and KC. I don't think any other couple there is compatible. I said what I said. Y'all already know how I feel about Zach and Kayda. Melanie deserves way better than Sincere, so he's definitely not getting my vote. Aniya and Carl, I have yet to see more of them. And after she made that statement about their sexual chemistry, I don't believe it. Kenzie and Dylan, you can't be effing serious. Parmita and Corbin, that is solely sexual. We have to be very honest there. And I remember, I didn't say this, but Kenzie voted for them. And she pretty much told them that. She was just like, all y'all talk about is how y'all look. Y'all don't talk about anything else. Was it shade? It was absolutely shade. But whatever, it was her vote. Who else? Who else is there? Bryce and Trinity, whatever. I really don't care about this couple anymore. And I think that's pretty much it. So again, I chose TT and KC. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one, which is tomorrow, or technically today, because it's after midnight. We're going to see who wins the most compatible and if they're going to eliminate anybody else. But anyway, I'll see you guys in that video. Bye. That's your dose of drama for this week's reality report. The show may end, but the drama never. Catch you next time for more chaos, more tea, and more reality.